Hello and welcome back to Tales of Lumin. Today I'm talking about all sorts of things, mostly what happened over the weekend and why there haven't been Tales of Lumin episodes every single day. So I'll start with a letter. I'll tell you immediately. The reason is I've been uploading a whole lot of other stuff. Now you haven't seen everything I've been uploading yet. I've got like a total of, 19 or something Elder Scrolls Online episodes. That's what I recorded on the previous beta weekend. I really maxed it. I tanked the Elder Scrolls Online. It was great. I mean, I had a really good time. The game was fun. But that means I was left with a whole lot to render and upload. I've rendered it all out now. It's all sitting on my other PC over there. But that line is pretty much exclusively uploading Elder Scrolls Online and Thief at the moment. And then on this PC over here, I am trying to get the other stuff up like Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone. But I didn't want to slow down on the gameplay stuff to upload these, and I know some people would prefer to see these every day instead of having the larger variety of gameplay videos, but I think for a little bit I want to try and get the Elder Scrolls Online out so that people can watch it before it becomes far less relevant. So if I don't get those episodes out before the game launches, it's going to be kind of pointless because no one's going to want to see videos of the beta when the game's already launched. So I'm trying to get those up now, and most of this weekend was actually spent just playing Heroes of the Storm. I had a really, really bad thing going on with my ear on Friday and like most of Saturday. I don't know what happened, and I'm thinking the only culprit that it could have been was the alarm of our tenant's Jeep went off, and then I had to go and try and fiddle with this thing to get it to stop. The keys remote clicker thing, the battery on that must have been dead, so I had to go and stand like right up against the car to press it, and it was such a loud alarm. So when I left there I felt like I couldn't hear anything, but then by that evening, that was on Thursday evening, it had already sort of become better. I could hear perfectly fine and there was no ringing or anything, but then when I woke up on Friday there was this intense ringing in my ears and I just had no idea. Was so bad. Then what ended up happening was the videos that I tried to record, I was like shouting the whole time. I was raising my voice way too much because of, the way I was hearing myself. So I thought I wasn't really talking very loudly. It's sort of like what happens after you go to a concert or something. It was bad. But at least I had Heroes of the Storm to keep me company, to, let's just say, numb the pain over the weekend, and man, I had a blast. Heroes of the Storm is great. The only downside for me at the moment is the fact that I play with so much delay. The latency is an issue, but it's not just for me. I'm not the only one. I've probably got it worst. Maybe those of you, or those of them playing from Australia, have it worse. Maybe their latency's even higher than mine. That must be quite an experience. Wow. But the game isn't handling it very well at the moment, and that's probably because it's in tech alpha. That's probably the reason. But regardless of that, regardless of the lag spikes and delay and all the other nonsense that I had trying to get the recording up and running, I had so much fun in Heroes, and it's definitely a game I see myself playing for the foreseeable future. I knew I would enjoy it. It's a Blizzard title, and they've done good with it. Now, a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say about it. Most of what they say is bad stuff because of the fact that the game is so casual. I get that. I totally get that. It's not for everyone. Some people want Dota with its infinite skill ceiling, because that's what it feels like when you play Dota. League of Legends even. Probably a slightly higher skill ceiling, but I mean, I can't really say that for sure just yet because Heroes of the Storm just came out. It's been out for 5 days. 4 days even. 5 days. I don't know. A couple of days. So we don't really know what players of the game could potentially be capable of yet. They haven't got all the heroes in yet. It is definitely subject to change. A whole lot of what's going on because I'm seeing a lot of people giving input. Big detailed posts saying what Blizzard could change to make it more fun. What they should definitely leave the same. What they should be focusing on. I see a lot of people saying that social features should be expanded upon greatly because the game is so much more fun playing with friends. So hey, have a nice big chat channel. Get the clan features in there really quickly. Make it easy to connect with people. Easy to meet new people in-game. Stuff like that. Totally agree. Totally. But I've had a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to talk about this in a Heroes of the Storm discussion type video within the next couple of days. But one of the things that I have come across that's a little bit difficult to deal with is the bad mouthing, the smack talk, the elitism, the rude people. That's it. They're everywhere. So because there are players coming from League of Legends and from Dota, they sometimes deal with people differently. Maybe the pro gamers or whatever, they get angry really quickly if you make mistakes. If you don't go where you need to go immediately. If you don't play the way they order you to play, because they do that. When you get a shot caller in your game, you know you're in for a rough ride. You know. And man, it can be annoying. But those people, they're going to be in every single game out there. I knew they'd be in Heroes of the Storm. Everyone knew it. And you just got to deal with it. You ignore them. Play your own game, you have fun. If it's possible, maybe you just tell them, hey, dude, this game just came out a couple of days ago. Don't expect too much. Don't expect too much from the players. Don't be too angry when they make mistakes, because it's all new to us. Some of us are playing with lag. Some of us haven't played MOBAs before. Some of us just want to have fun. I've done that a couple of times. Once or twice I got through to them and they were like, well, sorry, okay, kind of a habit. And then once or twice I had people just flipping, and there's no way of like reporting players or whatever, but I have the all caps mode enabled where they're like, just do what you need to do. You chose Uther. You stay behind me, you heal me. You keep me alive while I dominate them. I'm not even joking. I've had that. It also makes me a little bit sad that I never get to play with the big names, because I'm always playing when they asleep and they're always playing when I'm asleep. Big names as in, you know, the Twitch streamers, the other Polaris members, stuff like that. But I want to organize something for some point in the not too distant future. Maybe I'll party with one of them. Maybe I'll join them when they stream. Who knows? I'll speak to them. Maybe Force wants to do something. Seeing that I do sit in Skype chat with him because of Blood Bowl. We'll see. I've been enjoying Heroes. I played a bit of Hearthstone over the weekend. I am loving Priest. I just am. And I think it's the one. Just trying to figure out what I want to call my Priest deck and what I want to call my Ranked Play series that's going to start on April the 1st. Because it's important. Or maybe it'll start on April the 2nd, because that's when I'll get it uploaded. But those names are very important to me. I want another Adventure Worthy. I want another Newsman, because those names are so special to me. And they're not going anywhere. Newsman will be back. Adventure Worthy will definitely be back. I'm just trying to get a bunch of stuff out. And I'm thinking that this week is going to be Thief Week. So I will have Hearthstone coming up every day. Probably every second day. I don't know. I've recorded some arena already today. There will be Heroes of the Storm every day. I'm not going to make the mistake of not uploading a lot of it, because I want to play it. Lots of people want to see it. I'm also trying to think of other things to do with Heroes of the Storm other than just straight up standard gameplay. But people enjoyed my Dota gameplay a whole lot, so why wouldn't they enjoy Heroes of the Storm? I've done some decent commentary already. I'm so happy with some of the stuff that I'm going to upload throughout this week. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you have any suggestions, like of things that I could do, please tell me. Please. I'm trying to get to level 10 in Heroes of the Storm so I can do the shop video that I wanted to do. But there's a bug that sometimes disallows XP gain. So I've been winning games but not gaining XP. Means it's taking me much longer to get to level 10, but whatever. You know, I'm still having a blast. I don't care. Then, other than the Hearthstone that I've been loving, the Heroes of the Storm that I've been loving, I did play some Elder Scrolls Online to just see what was done. And I gotta say, I was disappointed. And I'm gonna tell you honestly now, I cancelled my pre-order this morning. Just because, firstly, I'm not in a position where I can just but spend 1,000 rand, whatever it costs you guys in dollars, to get the game at launch and perhaps not play it as much as I should to get my money's worth out of it. So I cancelled it because of various reasons, and I'm going to discuss this in my final Elder Scrolls Online episode. You'll see it at the end of the little series that I'm running now. But I don't like that they didn't fix a lot of the things that needed to be fixed. I don't like that they didn't listen to the community as much as they should have. And sure, it's a big company, it takes a while for word to get to them about things, but you know, they promised a couple of things. They said, you know, there'll be FOV at some point, there will be an exclusive full screen mode, but they didn't put it in the game. So who knows if it'll even be there at launch. I'm not going to just take it on faith. I'm not going to believe in them and believe that they will have that in there by the time the game launches. It's not something I have the luxury of doing. So maybe I'll pick it up after launch if I see issues have been fixed, if I see they are being consistent with their support of the game. Because I did have a good time playing. I really loved the quests. The feel of the world. It was kind of like Skyrim. You could just pick a direction, head that way, and have fun. And I liked that. But there were a few too many issues for my liking, a few too many bugs for my liking, and something that I'd rather just let settle before I jump into. Then, Wildstar, I have not spent much time in that. Today or tomorrow I'm going to record a character creation video that I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy, and then I'm going to consider doing a quick little series on it. But I don't know, I want to make this week Thief Week, so apart from the Heroes of the Storm and Hearthstone and other stuff, like Tales of Lumin episodes, I want to try and focus on just doing a lot of Thief, getting you guys back into it, getting myself immersed again, and just enjoying it. That's my plan. Also, one final kind of sad note. I heard from a lady that worked at the vet in town here, who was trying to... I'm bumping my keyboard. I fidget, I'm sorry. And this is something I should probably not even mention because it's really sad. She is in a position now where she can't care for her little puppy that she got recently. Not a little puppy anymore. I think the dog is now... must be a couple of months old already. 8, 9 months maybe. I don't know if it's been that long. But she's in a position where she can't care for it, can't keep it, and now she's looking for someone to, you know, give this poor little guy a home. And man, if we weren't planning on moving overseas, if we had more money, if we had the means, I would have taken that little guy, because it's a funny story. I went to the SPCA, so the local SPCA here, and we took some blankets to them because they had some flooding a while ago. And then while I was there, I asked the guy for payment. I told him, listen here, I'm giving you these blankets. As payment, you can show me your puppies. Just show them to me. Take me to where they are. And it's this big field in the back of their location. And he showed me the cute little puppies. And then there was this little guy that stood out to me. He was a white little Nero puppy. He looked almost exactly like Nero, just he was white. And that guy just so happens to be the dog looking for a home now. His name is Archie. And I feel so sad about it. But I did say to the lady that, you know, regardless of the fact that we sadly can't help poor Archie out, that's his name, we will get the word out there. We will ask friends and family, because everyone I know, all my friends and family are dog lovers. So if one of them was able to provide a home to this handsome little guy, then that would be great. You know, that would be okay. But it was such a grim start to my morning because I didn't want to hear that. You know, if it was me in that situation, if it was me, I would make it work. Obviously, there would be no way. Okay, I would feed Nero before I feed myself. I would go hungry before he goes hungry. I would let him sleep in my bed under my blankets. I would make a plan. But it's sad. So there you go. I'm sorry if I ruined your day by mentioning this to you, but I am going to actively look for a nice home for this guy just because I do care. I do care. But I'm done. Give this video a like if you can muster up the courage share it, favorite it, do all that other good stuff. Subscribe if you haven't already. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the thumbnail a picture of that handsome little guy so you can see him for yourself. I'll do it. Just this once. Happy that.